The holidays are almost here, guys, which means it's time to start buying Christmas presents. So I'm making this video with a couple ideas for you guys on things to get for your fellow car people out there. Some holiday gift ideas. Now, these are no particular order of, price or importance. Now, I know I just said that these are no particular order of importance, but I do think this is actually the best gift you can get anyone with a car. Period. Regardless of whether they're a car guy, car girl, enthusiast or not, a dash cam is probably one of the best investments you can actually get for any car you own. Whether it's, a Honda, BMW, a Ferrari, regardless of what the car is, get yourself a dash cam. I can't tell you the amount of times that this dash cam has caught people almost slamming into my car, cutting me off, doing everything in between. In some cases, I would have probably been blamed for the accident had I not had dash cam footage. Now, luckily, I haven't actually needed my dash cam for any accidents. So luckily, I've managed to avoid every single accident that would have resulted in the dash cam being necessary for me. But I know accidents do happen. It just is what it is. Personally, this is the one I have and I use in my BMW, my previous BMWs, and in my daily driver. I have one dash cam that I just kind of move around between cars. The next base, 522 GW. This is personally the one I overall recommend. There are a lot of dash cams out there, a lot of brands, a lot of options. For the purposes of recording liability, this is phenomenal. Now, this video is not a full review of this dash cam, so I'm not going to go into every single little feature that this camera has, but I will cover a couple key important things. So let's jump inside the car and I'll show you a couple things about this dash cam that I absolutely love and why I absolutely recommend this one right here to you guys. This camera actually has this extension right here. This is one of my favorite things about this camera. This is a rear camera. As you can see right here, you can see kind of the back seats. There is an additional attachment that is meant to go on the back windshield and act as pretty much the back camera, but I think this does a phenomenal job. It's a bit more compact and realistically it gets the job done, right? It looks back, you can see through your window, and it'll really be a good tell of liability when something happens. This piece is actually sold separately. I think last time when I bought this, it was $99, I want to say, and this thing is well worth the money. It literally just clips in. You literally just plug it and unplug it. That's it. The other phenomenal feature that this has, and it's actually why I recommend a hardwire kit as the next piece to go along with this, the hardwire kit goes all the way to your battery. Now, you can plug this in and just have a cable running down and just plug it in here. Depending on what other accessories you're running, you may not be able to do that, and I think it just doesn't look as clean. For example, you see my radar detector and you see I have this cable here, which, I mean, it looks fine. It's not in the way of anything, but it's not the cleanest look. Whereas the cable for my dash cam, it runs all the way up into here and all the way to, in my case, the back of the car where the battery is. Yes, it makes the car look a little cleaner, makes the windshield less cluttered. You don't have cables running everywhere. But the real reason is if your dash cam is plugged into the battery and is plugged into a fuse that is live all the time, this actually has a G-force sensor, which means if someone dings your car or slams into it, bumps into it, whatever the case is, while your car is parked and you're not there to see it, it'll actually turn on and start recording right away in that moment. Now, you can use that G-force parking feature even if it's not hardwired to the car, but it will run on battery and you don't want the battery to be drained. For peace of mind, hardwire it. Now, as I said, there are plenty of dash cams out there, a lot of brands. Even from this brand, Nextbase, they have a lot of different varieties, but this one I found to be the best balance of features along with price. Any of you that have had accidents and then struggle to prove liability or your lack of liability, you probably know what a pain it is to not have a dash cam. The next one is more for those of you guys that love to speed, that love to drive fast, a radar detector. This thing has also saved me a bunch of times. If a radar detector is legal in your state, I highly recommend one. This is a phenomenal gift to someone that drives fast, has a lot of attorney's fees because they constantly have to get out of speeding tickets. This right here is what you need. And this thing has saved me so many times. I'll put a link to a video talking more specifically about this radar detector. For me, I recommend the Uniden R7. Phenomenal value for the money. Why do I specifically love the Uniden R7? Uniden has a phenomenal range. This thing will detect radar so far in advance, around turns, down and up around hills. This thing is phenomenal. Now, the thing is, you have to be careful as always. Drive safe, for one. Two, this is not a cop detector. This is only a radar detector, which means it'll recognize radar and laser, but you have to make the judgment call on your end on what to do with that information. So this isn't an instant, get out of jail free card, but it does give you additional information to tell you, hey, there's a radar up ahead that's blasting. It has the same frequency as most cops in the area. I should probably slow down because chances are it's a cop. The next gift for any car enthusiast out there or anybody with a car period is a simple OBD2 port reader for your car. A lot of times we get check engine lights, we panic, we don't know what's going on, if it's a big issue, if it's just a sensor. We usually don't know until someone plugs one of these into our car and tells us what the issue is. Now, generally what happens is most people get a check engine light, they'll drive down to their nearest AutoZone, or what other auto stores are there? Advanced Auto, or whatever you guys have in your area. They'll plug one of these in, usually for free, and then they'll give you a bunch of things that are wrong with your car that usually aren't even true. They'll tell you, oh, there's an oxygen sensor that's wrong, but you also need a new battery because let's throw in a new battery for you. So this is phenomenal because this thing will tell you exactly what code is throwing in your car. And then it's really just a simple Google search, make and model, error code, and usually it'll tell you exactly what the issue is in your car, and then you can go from there. Sometimes it's as simple as an O2 sensor. Sometimes it's as simple as just a fluke that you just clear the code and it's gone and it never comes back again. And sometimes it's genuinely an issue. For example, my Subaru Impreza, it threw a code. I don't even remember what the code was at this point, but there's 4 sensors on the front of the engine and one of them started to fail and I ended up replacing it because this told me that was the issue. Replaced it, cleared the code, never came back since, and I saw that the actual part was starting to fail once I actually took the part out. This thing saved me a lot of money in diagnostics fees and maintenance because it was something that I could have actually done myself and ended up doing myself. 100% get one of these. These are not very expensive. These are on the cheaper end of things that you can get someone with a car. It recognizes the vast majority of cars out there. Highly recommend one of these. This is a simple investment to give you a lot of peace of mind. It'll give you a lot of information, and there's not much else I could really say. Get one of these. Additionally, there is something else you could buy along with your OBD2 adapter that may be a bit more specific to BMW, or if you don't like cables and you're a bit more savvy with apps and stuff like that, I actually recommend this. This is an OBD2 adapter by VPeak. This one's a small adapter like this, and it actually works on Bluetooth. The general idea is pretty much the same as the other OBD2 adapter that I showed you guys, but it actually has a couple extra features that may be a bit better. It'll show you your car, what error codes you have, and it'll give you all the same abilities as that, so they are generally very similar. So from that front, this will do exactly the same thing, but it's a much smaller package. The plus side though is if you own something like a BMW, in my case a BMW M2, you can actually do some really cool things. And this is a phenomenal gift for anyone with a BMW because you have access to 2 phenomenal apps, BimmerCode and BimmerLink. Both of those apps do different things, and I'll put a link to a playlist that'll show you all the things that those apps can do. But to give you a general idea, and these are paid by the way, these are paid apps, but once you have them, they're phenomenal if you own BMWs. Essentially what they do though is BimmerLink lets you read a lot of the data in your car as you're driving. It'll let you reset different services. It'll give you a lot of information that a normal reader will not tell you. It'll give you your oil temperatures. It'll give you the temperatures at different sensors in the car. It can do so many cool things. It's unbelievable. What the app BimmerCode allows you to do, for example, is play around with different things in the car. So one example is this car has the side markers on pretty much all the time whenever your lights are on. It's a feature in the United States. In Europe, you guys have the opposite where those lights are actually supposed to be off. But I've coded them out here because it just makes the headlights look so much cleaner without them. Folding mirrors as well. So if I go to lock my car, you'll see my mirrors fold in. There is a button that you can manually fold them, but the lock and unlock, folding and unfolding feature is something that you actually have to code inside of your car. So that is something really cool that you could do with the apps BimmerCode and BimmerLink with the help of an adapter such as this one through VP. The next 2 items are something that more applies in the winter and is something that may apply to very specific situations. So let me start by talking about what they are. The first is a car cover. I don't have a car cover here with me to show you guys. I have mine in storage. I haven't taken it out yet. But 100%, if you have a nice car and you don't park it inside a garage, get yourself a car cover, guys. A lot of universal ones will actually work very well. I have a universal car cover that I use on my BMW M2, and I have zero complaints with it. It protects the car in the winter when you have big snowstorms, when the ice starts melting and it starts going down the car. You save yourself from a few scratches here and there, and it's a lot easier to brush off the snow as well off the car cover than it is off the actual car itself, because then you have to get into all the little cracks and crevices, then you risk scratching the car, and it's just a really good way to avoid it. And it keeps your car nice and clean. So 100%, whether you just keep a car in storage or whether you just park it outside in the winter, a car cover is a phenomenal gift to get someone for the holiday season, especially with the snow coming. I live in New England. We get pretty bad winters sometimes. So for me, I use a car cover every single year. I don't manage to catch every single snowstorm, but the big ones I do, and it makes life so much easier when I clear off the snow. The next one is a very specific niche problem gift, guys, and that is de-icer. De-icer itself is a fine product, but there's a specific reason why I recommend this to car enthusiasts, especially if you live somewhere that gets a lot of snow and more specifically a lot of ice. Let me show you exactly why this thing is phenomenal. I recently started using this stuff like 2 years ago, and this has been a lifesaver. Let's go around to my door and I'll show you exactly why de-icer is a phenomenal thing to have. As you can see here, when I open my BMW M2's doors, the door has no frame. Some cars, especially these lovely German coupes, they don't have frames. They have frameless doors. And the problem is if you close it, you see the window goes up. And if you go to open it, you see the window goes down. So the problem that you can have in the winter is if this is all iced over and frozen, right here you're gonna have a big section of ice. Right here, it's gonna be frozen. And when you go to open your door, you are not gonna be able to open the door. And you'll have to like slightly open it, open it, push it until the motor just jiggles it enough to free it. And you can keep scraping, and it's just not a fun time. De-icer makes this so much easier. Trust me, guys, if you have a frameless window door in the winter, it is not a fun time. I promise you, at some point in your life, you will experience what I'm talking about. Buy at least 1 can of it, save yourself the headache, because that thing is a life changer. It's not something you want to keep in your car generally. It is something that you want to keep in the garage or inside the house. When it is icy out, you could take it out, clear it, and actually get into your car. Because when you can't even get into your car to get your ice scraper, that's the annoying part. Now, I will throw in one more bonus item here, a little shameless plug of my own brand, Driveway Journey. Right now, as you can see, I'm wearing a Driveway Journey shirt, and my brand Driveway Journey really is about all of our journeys going from our first keys to our dream driveways, and talking about our journey that we're undertaking, going from this car to this car to this car, all the way really to that dream car at the end. And I have some shirts, I have some hats, and I have some products that I hope gives people a chance to talk about their journeys, to represent their journeys. So if someone sees someone with a Driveway Journey shirt, they're like, hey, what's that? What's Driveway Journey? And you could tell them, this is about my journey from this car that I have to this car that I've always wanted to own. And it gives us a chance to talk about our cars, which chances are, if you're a car guy, we love doing as is. So if that's right up your alley, guys, make sure you do check out my website, drivewayjourney.com. I will be expanding into other designs, other pieces of clothing. Right now, it's very simple, very bare bones with just branded logos, stuff like that. But I will have more actual unique designs. I'm working with someone to try to get some art created. So stay tuned for that. I'm really excited for what's to come. But yeah, I just thought I'd throw in that little shameless plug. So I hope you guys like this video. I hope it gives you guys some idea of great gifts for car enthusiasts or just individuals with cars that you need some kind of gift for them. I hope you guys found some good inspiration from this video, whether it's these individual products or it gives you an idea for something else along those same lines. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. If you're planning on buying one of these for someone, or if you're planning on buying something similar, let me know what you guys think. Leave it a like. Subscribe if you want more videos from me on Driveway Journey, where I'm all about going from our first keys to our dream driveways. Thank you guys so much for watching. Till next time.